I'm Jordan Rayner, and this is the Word Before Work. Today we're reading from 1 Peter 2:9. Here's what it says. But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his own possession, that you may proclaim the excellencies of him who called you out of darkness and into his marvelous light. The most visited attraction in Barcelona is not a theme park or a soccer stadium. It's an unfinished church that has been under construction for more than 135 years. If you visit La Sagrada Familia, you'll instantly see why the church is so popular. For starters, it's truly awe-inspiring. But there's a second reason why the church is such a draw. In an age that prioritizes speed over everything else, the pace at which La Sagrada Familia is being built commands our attention and respect. We're used to seeing restaurants go up in weeks, houses be built in months, and skyscrapers rise in just a few years. The idea of spending more than 13 decades building a church is simply incomprehensible in our modern moment. It is that commitment to slow, masterful work that draws millions of people each year into a church that was intentionally designed to make the world stop and stare at great craftsmanship as a means of pointing us to the glory of God. Before designing La Sagrada Familia, Antoni Gaudí had already earned worldwide acclaim as a master architect. But in 1883, Gaudí began to catch a vision for La Sagrada Familia, and the project started to monopolize his attention. A devout Christian, Gaudí envisioned a church that would visually tell a narrative of the life of Christ, and quite literally proclaim the excellencies of God through its incredible scale and craftsmanship. Gaudí became so convinced that architecting this church was his God-given calling that for the last 12 years of his career, he declined every other offer to take on any other projects so that he could focus intensely on mastering this one thing. The result? Gaudí gave future generations the blueprints for what has become the most spectacular church in the world. As one well-traveled yet skeptical journalist said, quote, I passed through the door of the church, and almost at once any doubts were expelled. It is the most astonishing space with immediate emotional punch, end quote. Here's the thing. Whether you're an architect, an entrepreneur, a pastor, or a marketer, achieving mastery of your craft is hard, really hard. But is it worth it? Absolutely. Why? Because masterful work loves our neighbors as ourselves. It opens up doors to share the gospel, and it leads to the most sustainable satisfaction of vocation. But most importantly, as La Sagrada Familia makes so vividly clear, masterful work captures the world's attention and reveals the glory and character of the exceptional God that you and I are called to reflect. Today's devotional only scratches the surface of how God's Word connects to our work. If you want to go deeper, sign up for my free 20-day devotional called The Word Before Work Foundations at twbwfoundations.com. These email devotionals are designed to help you gain a rich understanding of the biblical narrative of work, how exactly your work matters for eternity, and how those truths influence how we should work today. Sign up for free right now at twbwfoundations.com.